Welcome back to our Let's Play of Fire Emblem Three Hopes. When we last left off, Edelgard and the Dresden army had declared war on the church, and we were trying to secure our place in case they end up attacking us. Lawrence joined us. Let's see what he has to say. See you're here as well, Shez. Has House Regan hired you as a mercenary?
I have a request.
War could erupt at any moment. You must be prepared to spring into action.
Right on.
I'm ready. So ready, in fact, that I'm tired of waiting. That is most encouraging. I expect to see confidence in the battlefield well. However, as heir to a high-ranking noble family, I shall be the one making the greatest name for myself. I suggest you remember that. Okay. Do I have time for one more thing. Let's see, sport. So I think these little symbols next to their portraits mean that they'll earn extra experience if I bring them into battle next, and the next battle. Let's see. Who do I need to get up? Raphael, Shamir. Do I have any? Do I even have any? I do. Let's see. I have my handy dandy thing open. Shamir likes hunting daggers.
You need something? And that's it. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Alright. Shamir also likes exotic spices, which I don't have. Coffee beans, which I don't have. And sunflowers, which I don't have. Okay. Floral adornment should go to Marianne or Lawrence. Marianne.
I really appreciate it.
Leone likes the fishing float.
How goes it? Wow, this is great.
Raphael likes tasty baked treats, as does Lysynthia. Raphael. I have to go to Raphael next.
Yeah. Phew, what a workout. Oh, hey, are you here to train too?
Nah, just grabbing something I forgot earlier. Is this normal training time for you, Leone?
Well, yeah. We've been so busy lately, I've had to squeeze it in whenever I can.
Huh. You work hard for a mercenary.
I'm just starting out in my career, so I can't afford to slack off now. I only started training as a merc after the Officers Academy closed, remember? Meanwhile, you were one before you even came to the Academy. You've got years of experience on me.
Still, you're skilled and you've got brains, which means you're more promising than the average rookie.
I hope you're right. I have to distinguish myself at some point, or else I won't be able to face the captain.
You have a captain?
Yep. He visited my village when I was a kid, and I practically begged him to make me his apprentice. I was probably a huge nuisance, but I was so desperate to get out of my village and be independent. Gerald treated me like an annoying little brat at first, but eventually, he taught me for real. He showed me everything. Tricks of the trade, standard training routines, basic strategy. Don't you have a mentor? Someone who showed you the ropes?
A mentor? I do have a mentor, in a sense. You know, someone who occasionally gives me advice and stuff.
He's a voice in my head.
That sounds sort of vague, but I guess there can be all kinds of mentors. Either way, you still have loads more experience than me. I need to work hard so I can catch up with you.
Well, if you ever want help from an old pro, just say the word.
Thanks. I'm glad to have a role model I can count on.
Oh, I've got a fan. You didn't mention anything. You didn't say anything about her mentioning Gerald, though. Found that interesting.
My muscles are in peak condition. This is for me? It's so nice!
Gemstone beads. Mercedes, Dorothea, Manuela, and Hilda.
Huh. I love it.
Smoked meat. Felix, Ingrid, Petra, Cyril. None of them are in my group. Caspar, Raphael again. Happy, Holst, and Gerald. Holst, huh? Alright. Back to Raphael after this.
Whew, glad that's finally over.
Oh, hey! Nice job out there.
You too, Hilda. Good to see you back safe and sound. That was one close fight, huh?
You think so? I didn't even break a sweat.
Really? Well, I guess we did have the upper hand for most of it.
We sure did. And yet you still charged headfirst into the most contested part of the battlefield. You know, that's why you end up feeling like every battle is some huge ordeal. It's so unnecessary.
Whoa, hey now. Unnecessary? That's a little harsh. Someone has to get in there and turn the battle in our favor, even if it's dangerous.
I know, but why do you always have to be that someone? Living fast and loose is only gonna land you in an early grave.
Well, it's not like I'm trying to live like anything. This is just how mercenaries are. You can't distinguish yourself by hanging around in the back. And if you don't stand out, you don't get paid. People notice you if you do something showy on the front lines. And that can bring in the next job, you know?
You're basically commanding an entire army now? What does recognition matter at this point?
You're probably right. I guess I've just gotten so used to fighting like that, it's hard to change. Aren't there a bunch of mercenaries in Goneril territory? Pretty sure I've heard of a merc company stationed at the throat.
Yeah, we use mercenaries a lot when we're beating back the Almiran army.
And I'm sure they're the same as me. Haven't you seen them going all hog wild, competing with each other up at the front?
I've never really fought with them, but I can imagine that they're way different from regular knights. My brother is always going on about how some guy from some mercenary company or other died fighting at his side.
No surprise there. The more a merc makes a show of themselves, the easier it is for the enemy to spot them.
Right? And that's exactly why I'm worried about you. You don't have to stress about grabbing attention and getting paid anymore. So just take it easy, okay? We don't want you dying before your time.
Thanks, Hilda.
Yeah, okay, I'll keep that in mind. It's not like I have a death wish or something. I can't really change my fighting style overnight, but I'll try to keep the recklessness to a minimum. Don't worry. You know, I've never seen a noble worry so much about a mercenary. You just sit back and enjoy the show, alright?
Enjoy the show? Yeah, that sort of talk is so not making me feel any better.
Okay. Let's go back to Raphael.
My muscles are in peak condition.
Thank you.
Full swoops.
Thank you.
Yep.
Smoked meat.
This is for me?
Watering can. I don't have to do Cyril or Bernadetta in my group. But I suppose I can do somebody that doesn't hate it. So, which would be Lawrence. Lawrence would hate a watering can for some reason. So let's give it to Ignatz.
Hey, I was wondering if I could ask you something. I heard that you don't have any parents. Is that right?
Yeah, the woman who raised me died, and I don't even know who my birth parents are.
That must be tough for you, huh?
Nah, it's okay. They all died a long time ago, so I don't feel sad or anything like that now. But I do wonder who I really am sometimes. I don't have even the slightest memory of my birth parents.
Well, you might not know who you are, but you still work hard and you keep your chin up through it all. That makes you super strong in my book.
Hey, Raphael. Your parents are gone too, right?
Yeah, both my mom and pa died in an accident.
Well then, you're just as strong as I am. You work harder than anyone I know, and you do it all with the biggest grin in the world.
Of course. It's easy when you love training as much as I do. Hey, I just realized something. We've sure got a lot in common. Our parents aren't with us anymore. We're both commoners scraping our way through this war, and most importantly...
What can be more important than that?
both of us have got some serious brawn.
I appreciate that, but our body types are completely different. Not sure this really counts as brawn.
Sure, you're a little scrawnier than me, and maybe a lot smarter. But you know, my brain's been getting a constant workout ever since we opened the inn.
You have an inn?
Oh, yeah. I went home and started one up with my grandpa and little sis once the academy shut down. Running a business like that takes a surprising amount of muscle. Sure, there's regular stuff like hauling things around, but you need brain power too. If you ever want to make a profit, you have to pay real close attention to keeping the books straight. that stuff, though. That muscle still needs more work for me.
Huh. At least you're willing to admit it.
Means I'm in charge of the cooking. But that has its own share of problems.
Yeah, it can be tough to find your footing when you switch jobs, especially if you have to start doing things outside your wheelhouse. Trust me, I've had my fair share of growing pains getting used to the army life. Everything's way different from how it worked with my merc groups.
But don't you just fight? That doesn't seem so different to me.
Mercenaries tend to get involved in smaller skirmishes as opposed to big battles, and most of them prefer to fight solo if they can afford it. But an army acts as one unit. Coordinating that many people all at the same time is a huge change for me. And there's way more to military work than just plain combat. Stuff like managing resources, making sure everyone has the weapons and armor they need. I don't think I'm bad at math per se, but it's definitely not something I'm used to doing. And the more stuff there is to keep track of, the harder it all gets.
Hey, you're not so good at using your brain either. We're practically twins.
I didn't say that.
That makes us pals now, right? I've got your back. So you just keep on working hard,
We
buddy.
should totally hang out.
Right back at ya. Let's keep fighting the good fight.
Orange really rolls with the punches, doesn't she? Alright, let's go up into Ignatz, because Lord knows we need it.
How are you? I can do this. Thank you very much.
And a stylish hair. Stylish hair clip. Hilda likes that.
Huh. I love
Alright. And finally a dapper handkerchief. We will give this to Marianne. Could also give it to Hilda, but I've given her like so many gifts.
I really appreciate.
Alright. And one final support conversation with Marianne.
Hey, Marianne. You were really doing great during those drills today.
Oh,
I'm heading over to the mess hall. You want to join? After all that training this morning and no break, I'm starving. Oh, sorry, I forgot. You like to eat alone, right? Then don't worry about it. I'll find someone else.
no, I'd like to accompany you. If you would have me, that is.
You sure? All right then, let's go. I wonder what's on the menu today. Oh, man, that was good. I feel alive again.
Yes, that was nice.
By the way, why'd you decide to come along with me?
What do you mean?
You usually sit by yourself. I thought you didn't like eating with others. Sometimes I see you eating with Hilda, but I figured that's because she makes you do it, right?
Yes, I do feel more comfortable when I'm alone. I haven't been around people much, so I don't normally know what to say in conversations.
Well, now I'm even more curious why you decided to eat with me.
Well, you have a strange power, right? It makes you transform, or something like that.
Yeah, you I don't even give it much thought. And besides, my powers come in handy a few times. I know it makes people suspicious of me and curious about my background, but that's just how people are.
And yet you always have such a sunny disposition, and everyone here respects you. I wondered why that was.
I mean, I sure hope they respect me. So, that's why you wanted to join me?
I wanted to know how I could be like you.
Like me? But Marianne, it's not like you have some mysterious power tucked away, right?
She's cursed. Or at least she thinks she is.
I don't.
If you just want to make friends with people, then you don't need to think so hard about it. It's not like anyone here hates you.
Don't they? I'm so useless.
Hey, you're a huge help to all of us. I mean that. So you don't have to force yourself to act like someone you're not, okay?
Alright. Thank you for saying that.
Alright, I think, it's the chores that do more between two people than they do for me, right? So that's locked for some reason. But it is all the way up. Hilda is not all the way up with anybody. Let's do Hilda and Ignatz. Hilda and Ignatz, Marianne, or Shamir. Pressing the wrong button.
Care to make yourself useful? We all must do our fair share. Care to make yourself useful?
What about
We all must
Ignatz?
do our fair share.
Ignatz and like Cynthia. Could use more. Let's do Ignatz and like Cynthia.
Care to make yourself useful?
Organize documents.
Counting on you both.
Sure, I'll help.
Very well. I will join you.
Nice.
We all must do our fair share.
How much should that help? Quite a bit, actually. Okay. Now that I've used up 24 minutes, and I just noticed everything's breaking up, I'll be right back.